Before the pandemic, Resources for the Blind has been providing the full spectrum of services for the blind and visually impaired persons. These include eye surgeries, low vision assessment and care, inclusive education, social inclusion, rehabilitation, job preparation and placement, as well as disaster relief. When the pandemic was declared in March 2020, we had to stop most of RBI services requiring face-to-face encounters with our clients. To respond to the challenges brought about by the pandemic and the implementation of safety protocols mandated by our government, we had to shift gears. We used all forms of social media to reach out to our clients and to let them know that we are still around to walk beside them.
When it comes to our curriculum, they announced that it will be shifted from face-to-face into online because social distancing and other protocols must be observed. My very first fear that time is if the learning platform will be accessible.
I started to look for opportunities and I found one.
Remote Work 101, it's a workshop that I co-authored with Resources for the Blind. We designed it to teach blind and visually impaired Filipinos on developing their own strategies, their own approaches, and their own techniques. It will be done purely online. For remote, they can access it anywhere as long as they have an internet connection and a phone or a computer.
We teach them to verify the demands in the global employment. They need to match their existing skills, their available resources. This will be, first and foremost, their time.
You need to be dedicated.
Next is we teach them
to know their top competitors and to learn from what they're doing. Because there are many reasons why their top competitors are at the top of their game.
Our instructor was teaching us how to negotiate ourselves. Last year, I attended the Remote 101. I love this training kasi I had a wider understanding about the online world.
And how are we going to adapt? I also learned different workaround solutions. And I also developed the confidence
in applying and dealing with the employers and the jobs.
This training prepared us to be globalized employees because the opportunity is very limitless. It taught us that as persons with visual disability, it will never be a hindrance on getting a decent job. One of the advantageous things that the pandemic did is that it made us boundless by time and distance. I was able to maximize it and use my learning on remote work in order to have my very first freelance job as a virtual assistant.
My core competencies include recruitment, teaching, and maybe the most important skills that I've learned last year is the technical skills, research, and communication skills that I was able to apply as a phone screener.
To deal with the market.
Foremost in our prayers is for our country to overcome the challenges of COVID-19 as soon as possible. No? We are very much aware that as we cited, are suffering from this pandemic, more so with our blind and visually impaired persons. It is more difficult for them. So we pray that this will all be over soon. Last and equally important, that our donors and partners will continue to share our vision of enabling the blind and the visually impaired reach their highest potential in life and service.